On October night in 1973, 4 Army Reserve crewmen lifted off from Columbus, Ohio, and flew straight into one of the most credible UFO encounters ever documented. Not lights in the distance, not a strange shape on the horizon, a craft that approached them deliberately and pulled their helicopter thousands of feet upward against their will. We're going inside the Coyne helicopter incident. Tonight's episode is sponsored by W Energy, clean, crash-free energy designed for creators, investigators, and anyone who needs to stay sharp without the jitters. Use the code Paranormal Hive at checkout for a 10% off your order. That's W Energy. Fuel your curiosity. I'm Stephen Rapsey, and this is Paranormal Hive. It's October 18th, 1973. The United States is in the middle of a massive UFO wave, hundreds of sightings across the Midwest and the South. But none of them compare to what's about to unfold over Mansfield, Ohio. At 10:30 p.m., Captain Lawrence Coyne and his crew, Lieutenant Arrigo Jedzi, Sergeant John Healy, and Sergeant Robert Janacek take off in a UH-1H Huey helicopter. Their mission is simple: a routine transport flight back to Cleveland. The sky is clear, visibility is perfect, nothing unusual. Until Janacek spots a bright red light on the horizon. It's moving fast. Too fast. He calls it out. Coyne checks his instruments. No traffic alerts, no radio calls, nothing. The red light is coming straight at them. Coyne assumes it's a small plane on a collision path. He immediately begins a controlled descent, dropping from 2,500 feet to 1,700. But the object adjusts. It matches their descent. It's still coming directly at them. Jetty radios Mansfield's control tower. No response. Just static. The red light grows larger and larger until it's no longer a distant object. It's right in front of them. And it stops. Dead still in the air.
My
The red light isn't alone. A second light, green, swings out from the craft and sweeps across the helicopter like a scanning beam. The crew later describes the object as metallic, cigar-shaped, about 60 feet long. No wings, no rotors, no sound, just a humming presence. Then something impossible happens. The helicopter begins to climb. Coyne checks his controls. He's commanding a descent, but the helicopter is rising fast. 1,800 feet, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 feet. The Huey is being pulled upward by something outside of its control. The crew is silent. No one speaks. No one breathes. The green beam holds them in place. Just as quickly as it arrived, the craft shuts off the green beam, pivots, and shoots straight up into the sky, vanishing in seconds. The helicopter, now at 3,800 feet, drops like a stone. Coyne regains control, stabilizes the descent, and brings the Huey back to a safe altitude. The crew is shaken, but alive. When they land, they file an official report. Not a story, not a rumor, a military document, and they stick to it for the rest of their lives. The Coyne incident becomes one of the most thoroughly investigated UFO encounters in US history. The FAA interviews the crew, the Army interviews the crew, civilian investigators interview the crew. Their stories match. Every detail, every timeline, every description. Multiple witnesses on the ground also report seeing a bright red object in the sky that night, moving at impossible speed. The US government never debunks the case, never explains it, and never contradicts the crew. To this day, the Coyne helicopter incident is considered one of the strongest, most credible UFO encounters ever recorded, because it wasn't just seen, it interacted, it manipulated, it controlled a military aircraft, and 4 trained servicemen swore to it until the day they died. The Coyne crew never tried to sensationalize their story. They didn't seek fame, they didn't write books, they didn't tour conferences. They simply reported what happened. A craft approached them, scanned them, lifted their helicopter thousands of feet against their will, and vanished. If even one detail of their account is true, then something in the sky has technology far beyond anything we understand. And on that October night in 1973, it wanted them to know it. If you enjoyed these stories and wanted to hear more, drop me a message at paranormalhive.live. I'm Stephen Rapsey, and you've been listening to Paranormal Hive.
The signal fades, but the questions remain. Until next time.